Instead of
Wow.
rewatching the sales call, have
Okay.
every sales call be on Fathom. It's free. That's
Correct. Which
massive.
we do.
You already have
Yep.
that. Okay. So then what you can do is have a bot that, we do this as well, but it can review the sales call, and there's some other cool stuff like a marketing qualification bot, sales qualification bot, but then there could be a
Okay.
VA training bot and identify, and you can even infuse it into the scripts. But okay, great, Bob. So if I'm hearing you correctly, you'd really love to get your emails checked every single day. You'd like to respond on your social media comments, and you need to be connected with 3 loan officers a day right now. It sounds like the 3 loan officers a day is the thing that's eating the most of your time, or that's going to make you the most money as quickly as possible. So if I can get you an EA in the next 2 weeks, that's going to take that off your plates. And then we'll train them on the other things from there. Does that sound like that'd be a good return on investment for you? Or on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited would you be for that idea, right? And so I think what this would allow you to do is, instead of getting a end packaged up EA that has everything that they want right from the start, if we could get
Correct.
the one thing that they want, train them on that one thing, get them on there. And then one of the things that we used to do for our VA placement company is we would charge people the monthly included in their renewals would be monthly maintenance or training, retraining for those VAs,
Okay.
where we would have them on 3 group coaching calls a week with our VA team, essentially trying to keep them sharp, answering their questions. So it was almost like, transparently, we needed to do it anyway so we could make sure the VAs were good enough for the clients. But we baked that into our monthly recurring package so that people would continue to pay us money, because it technically was a consumable.
Perfect. No, we bundle it up, but the group coaching is something that we're only doing once a week. Do you recommend breaking up the group coaching into just doing it daily? Because it's really just another 3, 4 hours a week, and then just setting it up into a different topic, a different curriculum, a different division. Like, how do we
Well,
do it in a group
well,
setting? So, yeah.
I like that. Before we go down that rabbit hole, let me close the loop here. So, my recommendation would be, so here's a few thoughts I have.
Okay.
I would first review the last 20 to 50 sales calls using AI. Look at it and see what is I call it grouping up. What are the 3 to 5 buckets where people are saying, I need this the most, right? Inside of the EA or admin task. It's going to give you like 80% is asking for this, 20% is asking for this, blah, blah, blah. Then I would bake that into the sales script where you're saying, okay, Bob, you're saying you need a lot of help with reaching out to loan officers. We call that the outreach skill or the connector skill. That's something that we're going to train your EA on first, so that they can be delivered to you within 2 weeks. And then we have these other 3 skills, which are insert group buckets here, which they'll be trained on over time. But our goal is to really buy you back that time as quickly as possible, really before your second payment comes up. So that way
Okay.
you're already seeing an ROI. And the secret with that is that you need to lead them a little bit in the conversation. So we do this actually in our sales script, and it works incredibly well. We let the prospect say their own words for what their bottleneck is, or what their constraint is, or where they want to buy time back. And then we say, yeah, that usually shows up as this. And then we package it in the specific words that we know we can solve based on the playbooks that we have. So for example, somebody might say, yeah, the real big problem right now is that, our closers aren't closing as well as I'm closing it. And so we might say, yeah, that typically shows up in longer sales cycles and in a lower close rate when it's somebody else. And so we have this playbook for that. So I think I would do the same thing if I was you. I would figure out in that sales script, what are the buckets that you want these people to be trained on? And then based on what they're saying, you restate it back to them in that bucket, get them to agree to that. And then that would trigger that onboarding flow and automation. If you want my help installing any of these systems in your business done for you, be sure to book a call with my team down below.